What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and today we're going to check out my man's over here, Bizarre Bub, Scary Comp 111-111, which to me it feels like a lucky number, right? I always say that Bizarre Bub is thus far one of my favorite content creators when it comes to paranormal caught on tape. So let's see what he has in store for us today. Let's go.
In the following video, two sisters are alone at home, hiding inside a room when their house alarm starts to go off.
I'm recording. Okay. Do you hear that?
As it seems, someone had entered their home. Their security camera shows the front door open, suggesting that someone did in fact break inside. But what's strange about this is that when they replay the moment the door opens, no one is seen. It just seemingly opens up all on its own. Now at this moment, the two sisters didn't see how the door opened up. They just saw that the door was wide open, and it doesn't help that they just heard a police siren outside their house. But as if the situation couldn't escalate anymore, this happens.
What is it? Clear. Clear.
As it seems, another presence had been inside the home, though not the kind they were expecting. Both sisters initially thought a person had broken in, But upon watching the footage and seeing the small, shadowy figure dashing past the camera, they knew that this was something else. Whatever this was doesn't appear to have any discernible features, and it doesn't help that it moves exceedingly fast before disappearing out of nowhere.
The fact that it just moved so quickly,
Yeah.
but then like the motion capture camera didn't see that shape, and like when it
Yeah,
was
how
tracked.
Even the camera seems to have trouble identifying the figure. There's moments when it passes by and no visual tracker appears around it. But then strangely, at times, the green box appears in a dark room as though something was being detected. Never before has the camera done this until tonight when the door opened by itself.
Front door opening on its own.
Yeah.
That closed. We closed that door.
And I mean, this house is like brand new. Like it's not old or like anything.
Yeah.
Considering that all this activity was preceded by the door opening, they believe something paranormal had forced its way in, which makes you wonder about the video from early on. Could it be that something supernatural had opened the bedroom door at the beginning of this video? Or was it simply due to something else? After watching the footage, it's hard to say what exactly occurred. Just what exactly was the camera picking up that night? As always, let me know your thoughts on this one.
As always, he does not fail. That was super interesting to me. It doesn't really surprise me that the security camera is capturing, like the door with the dark corner, because it with the sensitivity on these motion sensors, if there is something resembling a shape, is going to catch it, right? That's why, the same thing with a bad SLS ghost app on your phone. It's going to show you stick figures, and then you could tell that it's either like graffiti or a dark corner. Is going to censor that as a figure. So the fact that, but what was surprising is how the camera was just going crazy. It was going sideways, back and forth, up, down. It was acting very dysfunctional, to say the least. And that figure, when it came across with the reflection of the on the microwave, when it came across towards the end, right before went out of frame, it turned transparent. I'm surprised that nobody didn't mention this, but it turned transparent. You could see the figure and the chair of the dining room. So, yeah, super interesting. What do you guys think?
On a Wednesday night, a team of paramedics arrive at a house to assist a man with severe schizophrenia. According to the man, he couldn't leave his room because someone was standing at his door.
They're not gonna let me go past it. They're not gonna let me go past it. Somebody's there.
We're right here.
I'm telling you, somebody's at the door and they're not gonna let me go past it.
They wearing? What are they wearing?
They're wearing blue. But
Good,
someone's
good.
there and they're not gonna let me go past it. Someone's at the door.
I need you to sit up, okay? Can you do that? You gotta listen. There's no need to apologize. Whatever makes you comfortable, okay?
Thank
We're
you.
here for you. Okay? All right? Is that okay? That it? Is that it? Are you okay?
Okay.
While claiming to see someone standing at his door, a clock falls without warning. Now, the possibility of this being a coincidence isn't entirely ruled out, but when you consider the fact that the clock was securely mounted on the wall, well, things get very strange. Now, aside from the clock falling, there's something else in this video that was recorded, and it has to do with this doorway. 23-year-old Cass, the man undergoing psychosis, is a diagnosed schizophrenic who in a short video says this.
Schizophrenia, I'm not crazy. We're not crazy. People that have schizophrenia are normal people. My most common hallucination is seeing a shadow figure in doorways, like in any doorway. So think of any doorway in your house. My therapist and I do something called visualization dismissal. So I open and close the door repeatedly, and that kind of like scrubs away the shadow figure.
Although he wasn't seeing a shadow figure this time, he was seeing a man. And this man just so happens to be the same thing that his girlfriend saw 2 years ago in their old home. Keep in mind that Cass's girlfriend doesn't have schizophrenia or any condition that causes her to see things that aren't there.
What's wrong? What? What? There's nothing in there. What?
Her description of what she saw was eerily similar to Cass's depiction of the man. Now, because of this angle, we can't see what it is that she saw, but thankfully, there's another camera in this house that might have recorded evidence of the so-called man. Over on Cass's channel, you'll find many videos where he documents his schizophrenic episodes. Thanks to his GoPro, he can easily record moments of extreme psychosis by simply pressing a button.
What I do is, if the hallucination's like really strong and I am not even like making sense out of reality, I use this. And basically I point it at the door frame or whatever I'm seeing and look at the screen. And if what I'm seeing in the door frame isn't on the GoPro screen, it's not real. Helps me calm down.
I'm doing really bad right now.
However, there's one video on his channel that's completely different from the rest. While talking to an hallucination, he captures this.
You always say the same thing. No. Quit it. Stop bringing that up. Stop saying that. You always wait till now to say that. Whoa. Alexa, light on.
Nah, dude. Dude, that just gave me the
Cass couldn't tell if what he was seeing was real, so naturally, he walks over to the other curtains to do his usual technique and tries to get rid of this so-called delusion. Apparently, he wasn't just seeing the curtain moving, but a figure standing behind it. In a panic frenzy, he opens and closes the drape as an attempt to scrub away the figure, but while doing so, the curtain moves again. This was strange considering that he was no longer seeing someone behind it, yet somehow, despite doing his usual technique, something was still happening. But as if that wasn't creepy enough, the whole drape begins to lift upwards. It appears to go up entirely before dropping to the ground. If seeing things in doorways didn't already freak him out, then surely this has. Now to this day, watching this video freaks him out. Seeing this scares him because what he thought was just an hallucination was actually real. This, as a result, makes it harder for him to trust his own perception. It's for this reason that he rarely talks about this incident, but after recording what recently happened, he couldn't help but think of this. So then, might there be some connection between this occurrence and the one from many years ago? Cass believes so. But of course, like all videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. For now, this one remains a mystery.
All right, having this kind of mental illness, right? Schizophrenia. It has to be horrifying, right? I hope this gentleman is doing good. I hope he's getting the right care. The reason why I say that is because I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a expert, or I don't claim to be, or am I even in a position to give advice to people with schizo? But doesn't it seem to me like that dismissal, that visualization dismissal is kind of a bad technique? Because if they are already seeing things, s- it almost felt like I was seeing a movie and there's going to be a pop up. Could you imagine that you're trying to do this technique to block your visualization, just so you could calm down? But what if at one point you freaking see something in this transmission? Like, boom, you see something. Dude, like, I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse. Experiencing something like that, or just, trying to help yourself and something worse pops up, right? Um, as far as the curtain is concerned, I mean, because there's a lot to process. Like, was it a coincidence? I don't think it was a coincidence that when the EMS was there, trying to help the guy out, the clock falls while he is saying there's somebody at the door, right? Um, Coincidence? I believe in coincidences, yeah, but not like that. Like, that is something. That's something. And with the curtains, as didn't you guys notice that when the curtains went up, the one that was moving stayed down, the pink one? First off, I hate things like that on a freaking uh door frame, separating, like, things that, like anything hanging, even curtains or beads or anything like that. That's so, like, no, leave that open, right? That could have been orchestrated very easily with strings. And then the fact that he has a channel, and you could see that, is he putting in work to try and blow himself up? It does look like that because he has a bunch of videos. Although the videos have 19 views, it looks like my page, right? It has 19 views, 200 views, 20, so on, it's low views. So maybe he's trying to blow up his channel by putting up content like this. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is, he does have a mental disorder, and schizophrenia is nothing to play with. So I hope he's getting the help that he really needs. And I hope this is real, because if not, for a person with schizo, not having nobody believe him because he's trying to do something, it's probably the worst feeling ever.
Now this next video was submitted to me by Sam J, who's part of the yearbook team at her high school. One afternoon, while a group of senior students were rehearsing for a graduate ceremony that took place last spring, a camera inside the auditorium recorded something that left all students, including staff, terrified.
What you guys will do first is you're gonna take the diploma from me.
It was during a speech rehearsal by the school principal that this was caught. Take a look.
That's okay. We don't want any broken ankles tonight for graduation. So then we're going to talk about individual accomplishments a little bit, and we'll move you off to the side before other stuff starts. That was odd. Just a change in air pressure, or was that a friendly ghost, Mr. Baker? Thank you, sir. And then, let's see, then we'll talk about STEM.
The principal carries on, paying little attention to what just happened, as he claims this could have been due to wind pressure. But despite thinking this, it would be what happens next that completely changes his mind. While instructing students on how to move on stage, this is captured.
The programs and how we're trying to grow those, and also maybe a little bit about growing the sports programs as well. And then we'll talk about your individual achievements and how you guys have really taken leadership. Everybody to give us their science. There it goes again.
Yeah. It's like one of those where like
we must have an open door somewhere else in the building, blowing that open. Anyway, so let's get started just the way that we're gonna go. So we'll go John Anderson, we'll do the thing, walk over, and then Cal Connors, thing, come over, then are we at a no, that's the right order. So Michael Thompson comes over. That right. Then we've got Emily Rodriguez. Same thing, and just fly away.
2 for 2, you guys.
We flew away, did we?
It's at this point that the notion of this being
2
just the
for
wind
2.
stops making sense. A cap on one of the students flies off their head. Almost as if someone knocked it off, the hat zips across in a swift
yanked.
and sudden motion before landing close to the exit. The same exit where no one was seen opening the door. Even the principal, who initially thought it was nothing, couldn't make sense of this. According to Sam J., the yearbook member who sent me this clip, he was just as baffled as everyone else. Now, after this happened, they proceeded to finish up the rehearsal before leaving an hour later. The next day, Sam takes a video of the exit door and shows that they're not automatic. If they were, then this definitely would have explained the doors opening, but given that they're not, and considering the cap incident, perhaps what occurred here was caused by something unexplainable. If true, then students might not be as sad to leave the school on graduation day, given that it might be haunted. Now that's creepy.
Dude, yo, man, I love doing this. I love doing this, you guys. That was absolutely incredible. To me, it seemed like there was an angry student that passed away, not being able to graduate because of something that happened to that student. That's what it seems like to me. He's trying to disrupt this ceremony because he's upset. Man, if it was just a door, the principal was right. That could have been some wind pressure opening that door. For it to happen twice back to back, that could also be explained with the same wind pressure. But the cap, dude, the cap. That's wild. That cap was yanked off. Man, oh, shoot. Bizarre Bub, number 1, my guys. Number 1, I'm telling you.
On December 27 of 2025, a strange video was posted by a veterinary hospital in Madison, Alabama, where apparently something happened that caused all employees to stop in their tracks.
that's weird. Carl?
What occurred during this moment has left everyone spooked. Now, this video recording was kept private for 4 years until just a few weeks ago. It was only after receiving many comments asking for this footage that Renee Holt, the owner of this clinic, decided to share it, as she believes her clinic is haunted. From dog kennels that often open on their own in the middle of the night, to office equipment being thrown around with no apparent cause, Renee and her staff have no explanation for these odd occurrences. However, there is one theory that occasionally comes up at work, and it's the belief that all this activity might be due to the dogs who passed away at this clinic. Whether being put down for medical reasons or naturally passing away, they were last alive at this location. But despite their absence, it seems that they're still here, just not physically. One night, while caring for a critically ill cat, this happens.
Was that her? Did you know? That's weird. Where's that coming from?
A dog is heard crying somewhere in this clinic, but that's odd because there shouldn't be a dog here at this time. The only other dog inside this clinic is the one in this office. However, they don't howl or make any noise throughout the footage.
Where's that coming from? It's all somebody's coming from. Okay, so you still want to do banana bags, 15 mils an hour, head of starch, 4 mils an hour. Over this way. Alright. Medication, vetronidazole, 15 mil BID, IV. No. So, yeah. Alright, guys, look at that. Help me. What's in the lobby? It's coming from the lobby. No, it's not. Where is that? There's something in here. What is that? What, phantom dogs? Why are you looking at the front porch? If somebody didn't dump one or throw one in the pen outside or something. I didn't hear anything. You're not hearing that. 3 of us heard it. I didn't hear it, no. You heard it, right? I heard it. Somebody was in that room or something. Like it's something that was like playing 3 or 4. We're gonna play that back. I didn't even hear anything. Can you?
The whole staff searches all around for this dog, but after checking extensively, both inside and outside, they find nothing. The dog was nowhere to be found. Yet still, the cries continue as if desperately wanting to be found. But unfortunately, that never happens. With no sight or any trace of this canine, the staff can't help but wonder if what they heard had been a dog they once cared for. Could it be that what they heard was something from the other side? It isn't certain if that's the case, but it's been 4 years since this happened, and despite capturing other strange things on camera, this one remains unforgettable to the clinic. If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video.
Hey man, that was heartbreaking, bro. That was heartbreaking. I've had my fair share of dogs that passed away. Um, so that sounded like a dog in pain, or at least, or at the least, scared, right? Um, that was heartbreaking. And I actually liked the video very, very much. The fact that they were going all around and showing us this security footage, them going all around and trying to find this dog and they're not able to find it. I If it's real, it's sad. If it's fake, it's horrible, right? But there's no real, I hope they didn't accidentally lock a dog in the closet or something, right? At places like this, sometimes the the staff are very friendly with their animals, as you can see, and sometimes the animals gain some sort of like a connection with their caregivers, and they follow them around. What if one of them didn't know there was a dog following them, and accidentally closed. But I'm just throwing stuff out in the air because I highly doubt that is the case. But this is how I think. I always try and come up with an explanation regardless. This is why I love being a paranormal investigator, and this is why I am good at it. And it's the reason why I do these videos, because there's a lot of gullible people who is giving credit to these people creating fake paranormal on tape while they are benefiting from the paranormal field. So let's check out the last video.
On the night of December 21st, 2025, car enthusiast Tad Gavin was driving down an empty access road in a business park that had closed for the night. He was looking for a spot somewhere in this vast, empty office park for the purpose of taking videos of his car and posting them on his page. No one is ever around this area past operating hours, which can seem a bit creepy, but here, he can rev his engine as loud as he wants without being berated by a neighbor.
You're gonna wake up with the police standing over you.
Gotcha.
Neighbors would often approach Gavin just to scold him, but even after driving elsewhere to avoid problems, he continues to be approached, just not by a neighbor, but by something else.
What the freak? What the freak was that? Oh my God!
According to Gavin, he was driving inside a business park located in St. Petersburg, Florida, which is close to where he lives, when he caught sight of a tall figure heading towards his vehicle. The following is his footage from both his dash cam and interior cam. Take a look. Now, it's not just the sudden appearance of a dark figure that's strange on its own, but the details of this incident too, most of which don't make any sense. For one, why would there be anyone out here at night dressed in all black? If their intention was to stay hidden, then sure, that would make sense. But if hiding was the goal, then why even approach the vehicle and reveal itself? What's weirder is that they didn't seem to run towards the car or try to grab the door handle, which throws out the idea of this being an ambush or kidnapping attempt. The figure just seemingly passes by with no reaction whatsoever to Gavin's speeding Corvette. He still doesn't know who or even what that was, but one can safely assume that coming back here to find out isn't something he plans to do anytime soon, especially at night. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and make sure to hit the bell icon so you don't miss any uploads in the future. Also, be sure to check out the official TikTok account for this channel. That being said, until next time.
Dude, I'm going to find out where that is because I'm right now currently residing in Florida. I'm going to find out where that place is because that is awesome. You don't see it in the front dash cam, but you see it in the interior cam. I like his reaction. I think it was authentic. I think he did see something, and thankfully we saw something. I think it was authentic. And let me point out, I've never seen none of these videos before, which is another reason why Bizarre Bub in my book is number one. And with that being said, you guys, I'll put, as always, I always put every content creator, let me take that and rephrase it. Every content creator that put in work and I am reacting to their videos, I put all of their information in the description section. And the reason why I'm pointing it out is because I've had a person, I'm not sure if that person is a subscriber or not, but this person reached out to me through YouTube and was almost scolding me because they thought I took their video, the content creator video, without giving them any, shout out or anything, which Fine, yes, because they came at me through shorts. So on shorts, we have a limited spaces. I think it's like 100 or 150. A limited of spaces to put in the information of the video that you're watching. So, to put in the information of just a content creator is doesn't make sense to me. But these are the shorts that are put up on TikTok and on YouTube. They are clips of videos that I'm recording, like this one. You will see every video of these put into shorts so they could be, like this. That's what I do. So if anybody is interested to know Bizarre Bub, scary flashbacks, geez, there's so many. There's so many. Sleep is canceled. Mind Junkie. Shout out to all of you guys. You guys do amazing work. But just know for the subscribers, just know for the watchers, all of their information, I put it in the description section. So make sure you give them some love, like, share, follow. Same thing with my channel because I love doing this. And who knows? Who knows? Hopefully one day I could do this as a full-time job. That would be freaking amazing. But if you are enjoying yourselves, please do what you do when you like a channel. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.